Yeah, it will.
And welcome to another exciting episode of The Energy That Surrounds Us. I'm your host, Michael, and as always, joined by my awesome media extraordinaire guru, Carla.
How you doing, everybody?
Hey.
And tonight, Carla, we are joined by some friends of mine that are a local team from, are you guys the Temple area, or do you guys live?
Moody.
We're Moody. We live in Moody.
Moody, Texas.
Yeah, about 20 miles west of everywhere.
Yeah.
All
Waco.
right.
Waco, yeah.
We're in between Waco and Temple.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to break format a little bit. Diddles Lovell is joining us from Australia. So hello.
Hello.
Welcome. And Maddie is joining us from Central Texas area.
Hey, Maddie.
So this is kind of an interesting show for us because normally it's one team that we are interviewing, and tonight we actually have two teams we're interviewing. So we have Moon from Barc at the Moon Paranormal.
Hello,
and
y'all.
Mary Jo from Bluebonnet Paranormal of Moody, Texas.
But we're actually on each other's teams.
So we
work together all the time.
Nice. Yeah, it's like she knows me. Like I just point and she knows. It's like our routine. It's like it's weird.
We're like a married couple. We finish each other's sentences.
Yeah.
Very good. There you go.
And we both have different gifts, I guess you'd say, that work really well together. They mesh. So
that's perfect.
Yeah.
So speaking of gifts, which gifts do you bring to the team?
Who?
Both of you. Which?
Elders go first. It's respect. Sorry.
Well, I take a lot of ghost photos, as you know. I can sense them. I don't see them normally. I have seen them, but I don't normally see them the way Kim can. But like if there's a demon, my feet just stop working. I won't go in a room. I just stop, or I'll get nauseated. But people will send me photos saying that there's something here, but I can't see it. I can always pick it out. But I have lots and lots and lots of ghost photos. As you
I can tell you, she is awesome at that. I have sent her photos that I'm like, there is nothing there. And she sends it back, and there's like 10 things here. What are you looking at?
Yeah, I had a man, I can't remember what his name was, but I asked him, why is it that I can see stuff that people can't see? And he's like, it's something to do with, I sense energy where other people can't. But she is amazing. Now she can see them, talk to them, interact with them. And I've had one time, this is no lie. One time we were in the car and she has a Comanche Indian that is her spirit guide. And I said, it's not that I doubt you. I know he's here, but I would like for him to like touch me or something. And I was driving at the time and he right over my face. I was like, not now.
Careful what you ask for. But before we get to Moon, Mary Jo, I wanted to tell you, when I was sending you the photos, remember the one piece of advice you gave me about how to tell if you have a spirit on a photo? I still follow that rule today, and I share it with other people. And what she told me was, if you can outline a person in the photo, you have a spirit of a person. If you can outline it, there's something there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And Will Light of Light Paranormal, he's passed away now, but he was actually my mentor, and he's the one that told me that, because I'd be like almost in tears. I can see him. Other people can't see him, but I can see him. And he's like, girl, if you can outline that person, they're there. You don't worry about what anybody else says.
I wish we could share that video.
I know.
That house I made and he spoke.
This is really cool. I'll tell you a little story. She made me a little haunted house, right? And she decorated it up for like Halloween or whatever. It's a little, and she put a photo of my friend Will Light in the photo. I mean, in the little haunted house, so the light would come on, and he'd be standing there. And you want to tell the story? I don't want to hog it.
Oh no, because it was his sister that reached out to you, so you know the story better than me.
So anyway, I always, when I'm looking at videos and stuff, a lot of times I'll just turn the volume down because I don't want to wake anybody up or whatever. But anyway, I thought it was really cool that she did that, and so I sent it to Will's sister because he had passed away. She said, "That's really cool, and that even sounds like Will." And I was like, "What is she talking about?" And I played it back, and you can hear my friend saying William in the video.
Wow.
And she said when she was doing it, he
was giggling.
He was behind her giggling. She's like, "Oh, you like that, huh?" So he was there the whole time.
Dang.
But if you go on our Facebook page, that video was posted. You can hear him plain as day saying his name.
He says William.
Wow,
that's crazy.
So
and I don't know. Never met him. I guess I got to meet him in the afterlife.
Yeah. I don't know if I shared this with you, Mary Jo and Moon, but when I went to Ballinger on an investigation, I was in the doll room, and a little girl clearly says on the Facebook Live, "Leave me alone," but I didn't hear it at the time.
Yeah, a lot of times.
I paused the video because something looked strange in between the top of like a little counter area that they had next on the wall, and I did exactly what you told me, Mary Jo, and I started outlining, and it looked like a little kid with his knees bent hiding.
It works. That's right.
You gotta tell him what happened.
Yeah. So we were at Ballinger one time, and we were taking a break, and Kim gets up and she walks off, and she's I started going with her. I said, "You don't go anywhere without me." So we go into the ballroom, and
excuse me, I gotta spank something.
And you hear this little. We get to go to some other room, and this voice says, "Don't leave me." And I said, "Kim, that's your little boy." She's like, "Oh crap."
Oh wow.
All right, so we heard Mary Jo's gifts and what she brings. So, Moon, we're going to turn the focus to you now.
Oh, great. I guess I've always seen the dad when I was young, and then it kind of like been around a lot of negative stuff, so I figured that's what kept me from seeing it. But when I had open heart surgery, it's like when I had major open heart surgery, and it's just like they're so vivid. Some of them look like how I'm looking at Mary Jo. They look like they're actually like us. And then some of them I don't see as vivid. That's why I say I'm more drawn to Native Americans because they usually come in very, very vivid.
Wow. We actually use the Native Americans. Now they work with us and help us a lot. We're friends with them. We know them by name.
It's weird.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we have like a 5 that normally help us.
I feel like I'm in a movie, sometimes. Did that really just happen, Mary Jo? And she's like, "Yes, Kim, that happened." Like, okay.
So when you see them, are they just like we are?
Some of them are very vivid, like looking at us. And some of them are you can see through, and some I just see a shadow. I think it depends on their energy, to be honest.
Right. That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm very fortunate that I have like 5 mediums that work with me and a demonologist. My demonologist name's Kat Foster. And she did want me to mention, by the way, that if y'all want a reading or something, contact her through our Facebook page. So there's that. If we get into a situation where, because a lot of times Kim is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, a lot of times she can handle things herself. But if she can't, sometimes, like we had a house that had six demons at one time. And so we got a hold of Kat, and she did it over the phone, got rid of them, helped them leave that house. So when we started up the stairs at that house, it was like both of us got like very nauseated. I said, "Oh, something's not right here," And what we do a lot of Fort Hood soldiers' homes. We help over at Fort Hood, and we don't charge. So, we just go and help these guys. But I think it's because a lot of the soldiers are bored or something. So they will do stuff stupid like playing with Ouija boards and other kind of magic, and they pull stuff forward and then they can't get rid of them. They just move off and leave it, and then new families move in and they're stuck and they're like, what do we do? So we have to go in and help them get rid of those things.
That's really cool. So
I used to tell them about the mirror we had to get rid of. Hate mirrors. Hate mirrors.
Did you see the video that I sent you, Michael?
I did.
That was a soldier's home that they were experiencing some stuff, and what it was the soldier found a mirror, it was a beautiful mirror. It was like cherry wood, beautiful, but it had an attachment, and he brought it home because somebody left it in the barracks, and we're like, oh, there's a reason they probably left that there. And sure enough, it had a portal, and that little kid that in that video, that's where they came from.
Well, so I have a little surprise for you guys. I did a little bit of finagling, and there's the mirror.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
So let me back it up a little bit so we get the full effect. Yeah. Here we go.
There. Wait a minute. Right before that, we heard a voice saying, Elijah is here. So I'm sure that little boy is Elijah.
Wow. That is really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you tell them what we did to them?
Yeah,
I would not let them just throw it out.
Yeah, we offered to cleanse it, and that girl, she was going to have a baby. She was pregnant. She says, I don't want that in my house. No way, no way. So Kim wrote on it. I wrote on the mirror, haunted mirror. Take it your own risk. And they took it out and put it by the dumpster. So it disappeared the next day. It was gone. So I said, we should attach one of our business cards to it.
Yeah, way to keep yourself in business there.
Yeah. You feel like an ambulance chaser there.
Just pass it around.
Yeah.
That, or I'm sitting there wondering if the person who bought it is like going, oh crap, it really is a haunted mirror?
It really is a haunted mirror. Really
Maybe I need to go knock on those people's door and find out who helped them.
Yeah.
I was going to say, at least it's not back on their sidewalk.
Yeah, because they wanted to just throw it out, and I was afraid somebody else was. I was like, well, we need to put some kind of warning, you know.
Yeah.
It's a shame, too. It's a beautiful mirror.
Yeah, at least it's not like the haunted dolls like they show in the movies where it appears back in the room after you took it out. We have a case that these people, because their son is so gifted, I mean, ridiculously gifted, that it's always ongoing because he's like a beacon. And so they're always calling us, you need to come out, and we'll go and things will be fine for a while and stuff will start up again. But I was on a chat with the mother, and she's like, you're not going to believe this. She's like, what? And she had a wrench. She said she went into her bedroom and a wrench come flying into the room and almost hit her. And she was on the phone with me when she was like, watch this. And she threw that wrench into a room, goes back to her bedroom, and it was already back in her room. I saw it. And she did like 5 times. Finally, she took it, threw it off the balcony. She said,
God.
Yeah, I can't help wonder if the wrench was haunted or if the spirit was just like going, hey, we can have fun here.
Joker. Okay, let me put this back.
She even marked I said, mark it. And she did. She marked the back of the wrench. And I said, okay, turn that wrench over. When she got back to her room, and she turned it over, there was that mark. Wow.
Dang.
Wow. So
go ahead.
I was talking with Moon, and I actually learned, Moon, your team predates Bluebonnet.
I don't know about that.
You were saying that you were doing it before you met Mary Jo.
Well, before I ever named my team, yeah. I mean, I always did that, but I never named my team. My friend Debbie's the one that told me, well, you need to make a name for your group. So, but my problem was with my team, I never could keep people on it. They either, they had small kids, so it was really hard. And At least now I found someone that always wants to go ghost hunting.
Yeah, we pretty much live at this. So
That's nice
yeah.
That's
to
cool.
have
So,
someone that
Well,
has
the good
that
thing,
type of
the good thing,
bond.
we don't just go and do it for fun. We also help people. I mean,
Mhm.
we do both. We do what she calls freestyling, where we just take off and go somewhere. My son has a place that has all of caves and stuff. And
Well, that's where I met.
yeah, that's where she met her spirit guide, in fact.
Wow. So above and beyond just the regular investigations, like when you guys just on a whim want to go
Yeah.
check out something, when you talk about helping people, are you going to people's homes or businesses or?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. We do
so
a
how
lot.
does that work?
So there's a site. It's called I think it's like Hauntings of Fort Hood, and just through recommendations, everybody's call Mary Jo, call Mary Jo, call Mary Jo, or Bluebonnet Paranormal, and so because we don't take money before we leave, I say, okay, look, here's the deal. I don't charge. We never charge a fee, but if you're satisfied with what we did, please give us a good word on that. So it drives us, business to us. I said, but if you don't like what we did, we never saw you before.
Yeah.
And we have made, I'm not
We made friends out of
friends. Like
someone.
one of the girls actually goes hunting with us every once in a while now. It's just, we love these people. They're the sweetest people ever, and they're so appreciative of what we do. So appreciative.
Excellent.
That is so cool. And you guys are
What's
so
really
much nicer than I am. I would have been like, if you didn't like us, I'm with this team.
The fun part is when we go into the security thing and or through the gates, even there's like, okay, what's your business here? And we're like, we're ghost hunters. They're like, you're what? And then at the welcome center, it's like, we can't get out of there because they want to talk, they're just so intrigued with what we do, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wow,
Interesting.
so you guys actually get to go on an active military base.
All the time. Probably some weeks, we may have 2 cases over there or something like that, and there's, like I said, that one family that has the little boy that's so gifted, that's a military family. And that little boy, he can predict deaths within, I think one of them was like within 3 minutes. So he's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
That would be
He's
a little
He's
crazy.
6 years old.
You'd almost be afraid to meet him.
Yeah. Right. I know.
He'll be going,
Walk in, it's like, I'm
Come
glad I
over.
met you before this happened. And it's like, wait, what?
So yeah, he's amazing.
Wow.
We have run across not just dead people though. We have run across a lot of, especially at Fort Hood, a lot of elementals. I guess it's because those giant oak trees are over there, So we have a lot of elementals. We have run across
Alien looking things.
alien looking things.
Different dimensions.
Yeah, and what was that?
The werewolf looking creature.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what he was. Maybe a big elemental.
A hellhound. We've had hellhounds. It's crazy. Like I've got a recording of one growling. Kim could see him. She said he's crawling across the floor. He's going across the hallway. And I had a trail cam out in the hallway, and I didn't pick him up visually, but you could hear him growling. It sounds horrible.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Wow.
So you say that you ran across like alien type beings or
yes.
something that looks like that on the base.
Yeah.
Do you think that was like
That was actually in code.
on purpose?
Yeah.
Thing?
Yeah. The last alien thing was in Copper's Cove, which is right next to Fort Hood, and it is a military family. He was actually the sweetest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Was he
can
there
say
on
his
his own free
name.
will?
I'm sorry. Was it?
Was he there on his own free will, or
No,
was
his
he
family.
there
Yeah,
because
his family sent him there. He really loved the family that he was staying with. He said that it wasn't like that where he was from, that families weren't close. And
They were evil. That's
Yeah.
how their fun was, picking on each other and tormenting each other.
Yeah,
And he
so-
didn't like it there.
so he liked watching the kids and stuff. So
interesting?
yeah, it was really cool because like he when I first went there, we cleansed the house and everything. And the next day she called me. She's like, Mary, she said, there's footprints going up the wall in the bedroom, in that one bedroom where we knew there was something there. And so we went back and we cleansed again. And then he came back. And we finally, Kim was the smart one. She's like, let's just talk to him. Let's just talk to him. And we did. And that's how she found out. She couldn't say his name, so we just called him Fred.
Yeah, because when he said his name, he like screeched it. It was really loud, high pitched, and I'm like, "No, you're being called Fred, my friend."
Yeah, we called him Fred.
Wow.
He said he hated the stuff we cleansed with. He said it stinks.
Yeah, 'cause we tried dragon's blood on his ass because I thought he was demonic because he looked demonic.
Yeah.
He looked bad, like,
Yeah.
and that's just like my saying: don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
I should not done that.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Wow. I just wasn't sure if I was kind of like taking it one step further, if any of the alien looking beings could have been like something that was on the base because we
I know where
have
she's
kept
going.
it there.
I know where
Yeah.
she's
You know what I
going.
mean?
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Yeah.
We didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking, is he there because he wants to be, or was he found and then captured and had no way?
I think his family pretty much sent him there, like as a punishment or something. I don't know.
He was supposed to be in a
Huh.
circle.
Yeah.
This is like a fitting place to dump someone for punishment.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually was going to take it a different route and say, was he here as part of an exchange program where they were helping us?
Right?
Foreign exchange.
Yeah. You're really going foreign there, aren't you?
Yeah, right. It's a whole different level.
He just basically told me he was from a different dimension. That's
Yeah.
what he told me when I asked him where he was from. That's what he told me.
Wow.
Wow.
Cool
So-
guy, though.
He was cool.
What's the history behind the names that you guys came up with for your teams?
Well, Bluebonnet, obviously, because Tom
Texas.
texted me. I love Bluebonnets, you know.
Oh, okay.
Me
And
too.
There's another Bluebonnet Paranormal, but they're in Orange County, and I didn't want to step on her toes, so I said that's why I put the of Moody, because I didn't want to, I don't make anybody mad.
Right.
Right. I was just curious if there was like a deep story to it, like something saw a spirit with the blue bonnets, and you're like, hey, let's call it Bluebonnet.
No, I just love Bluebonnets. My house, my kitchen, everything. I love Bluebonnets and stuff.
And they smell good.
And I love them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to make sure you don't sit on the rattlesnakes.
Amen. That is no lie. That's the truth.
And how about you, Moon?
Well, my friend Debbie and I don't know if any of our metalheads, but we're Aussie fans, Barc at the Moon. But it also goes with the Native American too. So, and wolf is my spirit animal. So,
Excellent.
Very cool.
Oh,
I have an owl.
but your owl's cute.
we had a lot of fun with that because, like, when we went to, we got sent to Idaho. Our friend Candy, her family's having some issues, so
And another mirror.
and it was a mirror was part of the problem. Anyway, we got sent up there to Idaho, and while we were there, she's talking about all this hot Native American stuff she deals with. I said, I got an owl. That's what I got an owl.
I hope that they come almost butt naked. It's like, guys, I gotta put some clothes on.
And I got an owl.
Oh my gosh.
The natives were, yeah, they didn't feel like they needed to cover everything up like we did.
Yeah.
Thank God. I would enjoyed living back then. I've been like, oh man.
This is G-rated, right?
I'll be
So-
called a harlot here in a minute.
Speaking of the Indians, when we stopped at that one, remember I had mentioned to you that we went to that Babyhead Cemetery,
Right.
and I got into it with a dead lady. The Indians were going to take her head off for me. And I was like, yes. And Kim's like, no. I was like, yes.
Don't do that, Mary.
She's dead. She's not gonna feel it.
Oh,
Wow. So now we know Mary's Joe's, view of.
I'm one tough grandma.
You sure you want to
She's like,
rewind that and delete that, right?
yeah.
we can chop the head off a ghost. They're not gonna care.
Her Indians, because one of them is Tonkawa and the others are Comanche, and for a long time they would fight when they would see each other, and she's like, I wish I would go fighting like that. And was it?
For pride.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't kill no more. That's what he said. We don't kill no more.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
It's like, where's the fun in that?
I know, right?
Gosh.
So we were leaving that cemetery, and I said, and I was trying to be nice. Okay, I said, okay, we appreciate you communicating with us, but please, you have to stay here. You can't follow us home. And this heifer of a dead lady says, like, we'd want to go to your house. And I was like, rude.
Some of these spirits are funny, man. They're hilarious, some of them. What was our last one at Fort Hood? Wasn't that guy calling you darling, sugar honey, sexy
like,
mama, and stuff like that?
I was like, oh, a blind ghost.
Blind ghost. So Ron Parrish has a interesting comment for you guys. Should you die in your sleep, you may regret sleeping in the nude. Lots of laughs.
That's one thing.
I'll never
sleep
know.
in the nude.
Well, I don't either.
Me either. Nope. I gotta sleep with clothes on.
In case you have to make a quick escape.
Yeah, plus there's a lot of dead in and out of my house. And it's like,
Yeah.
I have to argue with them all the time. Get out of the bathroom. And my husband's like, what's going on?
And I'm old, so I go to the bathroom about 30 times a night, and I don't want to be traipsing through my house like that.
Like naked.
I know, right? So here's the thing with Rain, the Tonkawa Indian. The first time we went down to Tonkawa Falls, where all these dead Tonkawa Indians are, and she's like, Mary, we're surrounded. There's like 1,000 Indians here. And I was like, okay. Then she goes to pee in the woods. And I said, you just said we were surrounded by Indians and you're going to pull down your pants?
But I had to go.
And one of them popped her on the butt or something.
He pinched me on my cheek. He pinched me on both my cheeks, my butt cheek and my front cheek.
And he still
With
hangs
the
out.
same hand?
Damn it, Carla!
I'm sorry. I couldn't help.
That was a good one, Carla.
Yeah, I think we sent him that one.
Yeah, I caught him.
Oh my God.
It's never
Yeah.
dull. It's never dull.
No.
No. No, that reminds me of when we were together and at the Indian cave.
Oh,
Yes.
man,
And then we went
Yes.
to the bridge and I'm sitting
Yes.
there doing live filming
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you guys yell at me that I'm filming in a direction and I'm like, what? And you're like, don't you realize what's going on? And I was like, she's looking at a flower. What do I care?
Yeah.
You're like, she's not looking at a flower. I was like, yeah, we're gonna go zoom over here now.
But he's the only one that's ever caught my spirit guide.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
What's really interesting is she got tattoos. She has a lot of tattoos, but 2 of her tattoos are Indians. And when I caught her and you caught one of them in a photo, they look just like her tattoos, and that was not planned. It's weird.
It's like they showed themselves to my tattoo artist. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Right.
Like I thought that was weird because Kat's the one who introduced me to Kat Foster's one that introduced me to Coyote.
Yeah.
And she said the same thing. It's like, damn, how did your artist get such a good picture of Coyote? It's like, I don't know. It's thinking the same thing. Weird, isn't it?
The night that she met Coyote, it was at my son's place, and there was also a spirit of a Confederate soldier.
Oh, Thomas.
Yeah, his name was Tomas. And I started playing, what was it, Dixie on the radio, and she had the
Kat had the Dowson rod.
Dowson rods, and they started doing like this to Dixie. It was really cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
And I said, can I take your picture? And I got a picture of him. He did let me. Tomas, yeah.
We
So
should talk about
speaking of pictures,
running.
I have a little surprise for you guys. I got a little presentation here of so you guys can explain the pictures that we're looking at.
That's at the goat farm in Belton. It's
Which
an
was-
old Texas prison farm.
Poor farm.
Poor farm.
And that's her dogs barking.
I
Sorry,
was
my
gonna say,
little pet.
somebody's agreeing with you about it being a poor farm.
Yeah, it was poor farm.
Zippy. Sorry.
That was an interesting location.
It was. Yeah, you were there.
He
You were there.
That's
That's
the first time I
right.
met him.
That's
That's right.
Yes, true.
Yeah, I got to visit it one time.
Yeah, me too. Don't feel bad.
I used to live
Once or
there.
Twice.
I lived there. The guy that used to live there, he always let me go there. That was my main place. There was one time we decided to do a Zach Bagan on my aunt and stuck her in a house by herself
Why?
just to see if they would mess with her.
Because she had one too many ants anyway, so.
So, what's are we looking at in the photo
Yeah.
here?
Do you see him like looking in the doorway?
Are you talking about right here?
Right here. Can't.
He can't see.
Yeah, but
Oh, okay. Off to the left.
Like right here?
I can't see what you're doing.
go
Oh,
down.
you guys can't see what okay. So midway up the door frame on the left, is that where you're talking about?
I don't see.
I don't see it.
It's right here. It's right here.
About halfway down on the left, she says.
Right. Okay, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
It looks like a little face.
He reminds me of the dude that rides the tricycle in Saw. That's what he come around.
Yeah,
reminds me
yeah,
of.
I can see
He's
that.
got that nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can kind of see it. We need to lighten it up.
Ron says he can see it now
Yeah.
that we point it out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Carla, I didn't make a zoom in on this one.
That's okay. I've got glare from lights on my computer, so it's probably messing with it.
Yeah. Okay, and then so this one, I'll explain this one is here's the original photo they sent me on the left.
Uh-huh.
And because I wasn't sure if you could really see it very clearly, so I zoomed in, and so what's on the right is a zoom of their photo on
He's
the
right
left.
here. It's that miner. Remember when we went to Idaho, that old abandoned mining town?
Okay.
That's the miner. See his goggles and his mining
okay.
hat
Oh,
on
okay.
and his
Oh, okay.
face covered.
Yeah. Yeah. When we were in Idaho working on that case, we went to an old mining town. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
So how many states have you guys investigated in?
You don't want to know how many places I've been to.
Too many.
Actually, one of the best, most interesting was I did the Sharon Tate murder site, that house on Cielo Drive. I did that one with my granddaughter. We went there, and I actually got a picture of Sharon Tate holding her baby.
Ron Parrish says he sees a pilgrim woman, or senses a pilgrim woman,
Cool.
and then says, I
Oh,
have seen this image and got nothing. So I'm not sure what he's referring to,
Yeah, I don't know.
but I can see where you guys circled on the top half of the window. Definitely is
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
These are Kim's, by the way. That's why she knows exactly what she's looking at. I'm not
Yeah.
familiar.
Oh, he's talking
I can see
about
the
in the
goggles.
doorway. Ron's saying in the doorway is where he saw the woman. So I think it's
Yeah.
at the farm.
Goat farm, probably.
Yeah, yeah. I can see the goggles.
Yeah. And it looks
Yeah.
like an old timey mining lamp on his head.
Gotcha.
I'll be honest, at first when I zoomed in, I thought it was one of those minions.
That's what I was just thinking. That's what I was just thinking. It's like a minion.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
So Adam's one of our
Hello.
teammates and a friend of ours.
Hi, Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Okay, so Ron says lots of laughs, minion. Okay,
That's
so
like,
what are we looking at here?
That's the morgue down in Eureka. What is that place called?
Eureka Springs, the Crescent Hotel.
Yeah. And that's the doctor. If you look at it real good, you can see he's got his face covered like a mask, like the doctors would wear. But he's got his side profile to you. But he was in the morgue. That's what I shot that picture. I shot it inside the morgue.
I have some from down there too, but
they called him a quack because they were finding.
Yeah, he was a murderer.
They were finding all kinds of jars of organs and eyes and different weird stuff.
If you ever get a chance to go to Eureka Springs to
the Crescent,
it's extremely haunted.
It's good.
That's where I actually saw my first ghost. I mean, physically saw him.
Really?
Yes. And then we went back. I went back with Kat, and Kat told me who he was. He walked past her bed too, and said, "Oh, he'd follow her into the restroom and tipped his hat and introduced himself to her." And I looked him up on the census records, and he was there.
What a gentleman to introduce himself in the restroom.
Walk in with a strange lady in the toilet, tip his hat.
Maybe he liked the goods.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know. I don't know what he was speaking. It was American, but it sounded funny. And this guy was from Mississippi, so the old South. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. And here's the photo that they were talking about.
Yeah, see his mouth and everything. That is her spirit guide. And you took that picture, actually. Michael, that's the one you took.
Right, I remember.
Yeah. Versus her tattoo. Look at that mouth. That looks exactly alike.
The teeth really does not. My artist made him a little creepy looking. His teeth do not look like that.
You mean like sticking out the side of his head?
Yeah, like his teeth showing, yeah. But he made it, I wanted to make him a little bit creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he tattooed the teeth onto the cheek. I didn't realize it peeled the flesh back.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's like trying to look even meaner by having another set of teeth on his cheek.
He is actually like a medicine man, and he has taught Kim so much, and a lot of stuff she's like, this is what he says to do, and he gets mad at her and says, follow your heart, follow your gut, and he'll just kind of stand back and watch her and tells her when she gets messes up or something, like he gets mad at her.
Yeah. It's real interesting too, looking at the light streak at the top, because it's like everything looks so dark, and then there's this random light spot.
Yep. Yeah. But you can be proud of that. That's a good picture.
That's one you took, Mikey.
Thank you. Every once in a while it happens.
You say that ever even a blind hog finds a nut now and then?
Yep. Ron says, I get that kind of image in towels after I step out of the shower. Okay.
That's the one where Kim and I were chased by something, and I went back the next day to show my granddaughter, and I just washed my car. It was a gravel road, and she said, Grandma, did you hear that? And I was like, I didn't hear nothing, baby. About that time, something hit my side of the car. And I said, okay, time to go. And the next day I walked outside, and that was on the back of my car, on the back of the window. And I did contact a Native American group, and they said that was a warning that something big, like from deep within the earth, something big is coming.
It's interesting now that I take a moment and look at it, that it looks like, this is going to sound so strange, but it looks like one of those little incense burner discs with the two holes at the top where you can stick the incense stick.
You know what I thought
like water coming out of it.
Yeah. I thought it was like, those old timey games we had the bead in it. You had to turn it around to get the bead to go to the center or something. That's what I thought.
Right. You'd be too young for that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not that young. I can't speak for Carla, but I'm not that young.
Thank you for that.
Checks in the mail.
Always happy to throw a compliment.
All right, this one was taken at Pipe Creek, Texas, and there is an Indian burial ground in the background, but you can't see it. It's over the hill. We weren't allowed to get back in there because it's private property. But that is down. There's some grass growing beside the creek bed, and it's Indian maidens walking along in the grass.
And
He's right.
so I just want to say this one I don't have a cropped image of because it wasn't marked what we were looking at.
Right.
So that's why this is one of those few that the picture is by itself. And what they're looking at is at the base of the tree.
Yeah.
What I thought was just tall grass.
There is tall grass down there, but there's two Indian girls walking across it. It looks like they're just walking along chatting.
Yeah, I see it now. At first I thought they were just tall blades of grass, but now when I look at them, it's like I can see one looks like it's got a hat on.
It's probably the feathers headband. They were just oblivious to us, though. So, all right, this is from the. I took this one in the Tudor nursing home. I caught the lady down in the very corner. She was actually a resident of the home and related to the owners. She was there of her own free will. She wasn't forced to go there. She wanted to stay there. Her only request, though, that she was given a beer every night. So they would bring her a beer to the outside window, and she would open the window and take her beer. That was so the other residents wouldn't be upset that they didn't get a beer. So I guess she is still waiting for her beer by the window.
And so, right, and this is one of those where the original image is on the left, and I zoomed in because I wasn't sure how clear it would be.
Yeah.
And Ron says he sees a cat.
There have been people commenting on other images up in the top part, but the main one that really caught my eye, because that was the first time I'd ever seen a spirit in color, and she is flesh colored. Right.
I mean, it really looks like if you were looking in a mirror.
Right.
Like you're looking at someone there.
About, I don't know how many years ago I took this, 5 or 6 years ago, I guess. And somebody said, well, that's just you. I was like, excuse me, that's an old lady. And I was never by myself.
And the interesting thing is, if you look closely at the shoulder, it looks like it's either like a robe or like a nightgown kind of over the
make
shoulder.
Sense. Yeah. And two, they said, well, that's probably you, whatever. Now I was like, first off, I don't take pictures with my eyes closed. Her eyes are shut.
Right.
I'm good, but I'm not that good.
You made her shut her eyes with the flash.
Right. Yeah.
No,
What year was this?
I want to say maybe 8, 9 years ago.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. Like the building.
Oh, her? Okay.
Like back in the day.
I don't even want to lie to you about it. I can get back with you on that. But
well, I was just wondering if it was in like the early 1900s or.
Oh, no. It's probably maybe in the 60s, 70s, something like that. 80s maybe. It wasn't that far back. Because her relatives are the ones that identified who she was. So they're still alive. And they're like, oh, that's so-and-so. I can't remember her name anymore. But she was a member of that family, the Tudor family.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Right.
And actually, I had before I knew this guy, he's a skeptic named Cliff Knight. And he has his own team up by Dallas. And Will brought him down from Dallas to try and debunk that. And he couldn't. And his medium, he brought a medium. And before she ever saw him, that she says, there's a lady stands by that window or outside that window right there. So that's what made him believe that it was real too. And now me and Cliff are like super good friends. We even went to Tombstone, Arizona together.
Is that the guy we went to Bollinger with?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cliff, yeah.
Very cool.
Thank you. And this one was taken at Miss Hattie's in Belton. It was an old bordello. It's a little area of on the west side of Belton that was strictly for the black folks. And there was a bordello, a still, they'd go play dominoes and cards and stuff out there. And just a really wicked place. It's been torn down. Got torn down, I think, like last year. But that's a creepy. I just called her the creepy lady, and that's on second floor, so she'd be floating.
Right. I hope I caught on the right what you were wanting to show in the photo.
Yeah.
I took a guess.
Yeah. See
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Doesn't even look like she has eyes.
Yeah, and there's
They're
another
blacked out.
girl. Another girl. Her Debbie, the girl she talked about earlier. Debbie. She brought her. I think it was her sister came down, and she caught almost identical picture. Same thing. Same night.
You know, and to me, I see what you're saying, Moon, about the eyes, but I can't stop looking at what looks like the teeth. And
I
it's
know, like
Yeah.
they got some pretty white teeth.
Yeah.
it just, to me, it makes that face look super, even more creepy than
Yeah,
right.
anything.
She
Because,
does look
like,
creepy.
why are you showing your teeth?
Because y'all in hell now. Y'all
That
ain't
place-
my place.
That place was just like off the chain. It was crazy. We got used to, you go up the stairs and you could hear somebody following you. And we had the ghost box one night, and the girl that was investigating with us, she was nervous, so she had burned some I don't remember what it was, sage or something like that. And we said, are you coming up the stairs? And he said, I'm trying to.
That's cool.
And again, that's the
Tonkawa
Falls.
Tonkawa Medicine Man.
We had gone to Tonkawa. We use music a whole lot to I'll say call up or whatever we're investigating. Like if we're at a old bar or something, we might play old bar music from the whatever era. But out here at Tonkawa Falls, we were playing music, but we decided we would play Tonkawa music, and the only thing we could find was the scalping song. And that was not a good idea because my car got hit so hard it rocked. And I was snapping pictures and I caught that. And then I have another photo somewhere of him reaching in, and it looks like smoke coming around the back of Kim, like it was reaching around Kim's shoulders. And Kim was saying that when she got out of the car, he was rubbing her chest because she had open heart surgery, and he was saying that
You
she was
hurt.
hurt. Yeah.
Wow, that is. I'm looking at it, I'm like, you can't mistake it. It's like any angle you look at it, it is
Creepy.
face
Yeah.
with either wild hair or
Yeah.
feathers.
It's feathers. It's feathers. You know, like some Indians have like a bunch of feathers just sticking.
Yeah. He is one of the Indians that helps us sometimes. Like if we have demonic cases, he will come and help us.
And what's interesting to me is I can tell this is full spectrum, that you took this picture in because of the little sepia hue, but the center of his head is like blue and everything
Yeah.
else is a different color.
Yeah.
So it's like I keep looking at that and going, what is that color about?
Yeah. I don't,
Excuse me.
lighting, I guess. I don't know. We were just sitting in the dark, snapping pictures, playing Indian music.
In the car
And-
pushed.
Yeah, in the car. On mine, I didn't bring it, but on my side, I took a shot of. I was actually pointing at the trees out. I wasn't deliberately shooting the mirror, but there's Indians looking in the mirror at me, like close, like they're right beside me.
Yeah, because that's the night they surrounded your car.
Yeah, that's the night my car got hit.
But I think it's because we had Comanches in the car.
Yeah. And they did not get along.
Yeah, you got to watch which tribes you bring around other tribes.
Yeah, those two especially. This is one of my favorite pictures. There's actually like 4 ghosts in here, and they don't really match. They're off in the trees on the far left. There's a lady in a skirt with it has like a band around the bottom, like it's decorated skirt. And
I see it.
she looks like she's looking for somebody. She's got her hand up over her eyebrows, like she's looking for somebody.
Looking in the distance.
Right.
Okay. Then off to the right, there's a Native American lady in doeskin dress. She's side view. You can see her squaw boots, everything.
Are you talking about next to the tree trunk?
Yeah, standing on top of the. I wish I could.
I know. I wish there was a way we could point.
I know. I wish
for
we
you.
could point it to you.
Right.
If you go, it's about an inch over from the left, and about an inch to an inch and a half down. And she has
Oh,
on.
I see her now.
Yeah. You see her?
It's so where I'm looking at and where I'm seeing it now is so if you follow the white thick trunk down to the right of the lady in the skirt, where it looks like it's taking a bend coming towards the water, she's
Uh-huh.
sitting on the edge of it.
Well, you're probably seeing something different.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
so
maybe I am.
okay, off on the right hand side.
Because it's on the other
Yeah,
side of the
It's on
water.
the other side of the water. Go
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
here now.
Yeah,
I see her now.
there's a branch
Yeah.
pin.
Yeah.
It kind of hides
Right
her
under the
face a little
right.
bit.
Okay,
Right.
then now if you go down a little more and off a little more to the center of the photo, you'll see a little girl standing on the rock, but she doesn't have any
Right.
feet. She has no feet. You see her?
I do, and I'm sitting here
She has like a
kicking
little coat
myself
on.
because I'm like, I looked at this photo and I was like, I don't know why this photo's here, but they sent it, so we'll let
Yeah.
them explain it. And now I'm like looking at this and going, oh my God, now that you pointed out, it's like, how did I miss that?
Yeah. What I find interesting on that little girl that's standing on the rock, right in front of her, I feel like is a blow up of what her face looks like. It's like she wanted us to see. It's so weird.
Yeah.
You see, she has no feet. Okay, now on that same rock, if you go down into the creek, there's a little boy standing in front of the rock, like looking up at her.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that the coolest thing ever?
Okay, so Carla, you see where the girl is at the top where you see the big tree going arcing across the top,
Yes.
and then below it is a little arc, kind of like a little like almost looks like a snake leaning across. The little
Okay.
girl is literally right below that on where the rocks meet. It looks like someone's sitting on the rock, like got their hand on their knee.
Okay.
You-
She's like, whatever.
I'm
and
sorry.
then
That's one I don't see. Is the little girl.
You don't see. Right there. She has no feet.
Is this the boy you're talking about right here?
No, he's right here.
no, the boy is at the bottom.
Yeah, he's right there.
He almost looks like he's one of the mushrooms. It looks like
Yeah.
mushrooms. At the bottom.
What is this?
That I don't know.
Looks
Was it-
like
Could be something-
dove
We-
skin.
This is actually
Outfit or
right
something.
across from where you got that picture of the other Indian, Michael. This is the same
Right.
spot. And there's
Okay.
caves all up along the top. And the first time I went out there, I kept getting on my ghost box, Eve. And so I had taken another medium friend of mine out there, and she said, and I played the Comanche a prayer song, and she said, I don't know what you're playing, but the Indian women are coming down out of those caves crying.
Yeah. Okay, so
Oh, he's
Adam, to
explain-
clarify,
Adam's trying
Yeah.
to explain.
from
to
the
me.
right side of the screen, you see a branch that goes to the left towards the water. Below that is another like kind of like a smiling shaped branch right above the rocks. It's kind of in between the rocks. And right below that branch, literally, you'll see a girl. And next to it, it looks like a rock that is, like Mary Jo was saying, is the face that looks like a woman's face with like one of those old style hats on.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if that is Eve or what, but we kept getting the name Eve.
He says, yes, I see the girl. Okay. And then Adam, so if you go down from the girl to the bottom of the photo,
By the water.
to the right of the water, just right in that area under the shadow of that big rock that the little girl's on, there you see the little boy.
And the face on the rock.
Right, that we
Oh,
were talking.
probably talking about that face in front of the little girl.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
That is wild. And so I find it interesting that where I was looking, thinking I was looking where you were looking, next to that lady on the left, if you follow that tree trunk down, and where it looks like the root system is starting to go towards the water,
Uh-huh.
it looks like a lady is sitting there.
It's possible that there is another lady that is down there that I have her in a picture. I should have brought it, but I think her name is Elizabeth. And she told us one time, she said, "Shh, the Indians will hear you."
So Adam says that's pretty interesting. I agree, Adam, with you. And hey, Carla, look who's popped in.
I know. Hey, Annette.
Hola. Okay, so just gonna put this out there real quick. Is anybody in the chat room seeing anything we may have missed before I move on? But we're getting close to the end of the hour, so I'm gonna advance on. I think this is the last slide.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, is that better?
That's at Babyhead Cemetery. Yeah, we weren't there very long. That's where I got into the argument with the
Oh, yeah,
dead
that
lady.
The lady was rude.
Yeah, she was very rude. But it was like a little girl standing there. And there's also something to the right of her, and I've never been able to figure out what it is, but it almost
I
looks
think
like
she's holding a bunny or a blankie or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's what it looks like to me. And I will admit, before you guys came on backstage, I was showing Carla this, and I was saying to Carla, I don't know what this is on the left side of
Yeah.
the screen.
it's a little girl, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that's the little girl you saw, because if that wasn't it, I was like, Mary Jo, I don't know what that is.
I think it's a
No,
little
That
girl.
does
Looks
not
like
look
she's
like
got-
it belongs
Looks
there.
like she's got something in her
A
hand,
blanket
like
or
a
something.
blanket or
Yeah,
stuffy.
Yeah, so this is the cemetery where when we got ready to leave, I said, thank you for communicating with us, but you're all going to need to stay here. And some dead lady says, like, we want to go home with you. So that started a little fight.
Oh, I could imagine.
Yeah.
So
I could get in a fight with a dead lady.
Yeah, so I've got to admit, I'm a little curious. Did you see that in person and decide to take a photo, or you didn't see it?
No, I probably took about 10, 15 photos out there. And there's other things in other photos, but that was my favorite one right there.
Yeah, that is really cool, because the way her head is,
yeah,
that's either hair coming off the back of her head or part of the tree.
Yeah, I think that's her hair, but I couldn't swear to it.
It looks like she's wearing like an old sailor, little girl sailor outfit with a little bow right here.
Well, the little dresses with the little white patent leather shoes or something with socks. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is all of the photos that we had for you guys.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing those.
And there's a lot more if you go to our website or our Facebook page. I love to post those photos.
Speaking of which, how do people find you both?
Yeah.
Facebook. We're not smart enough to have our own webpage, but
we are technically challenged, and Carla knows that already for me.
Nothing that a teenager won't help.
Yeah, true.
So when you say Facebook, what do you mean on Facebook? Like, kind of help direct them there.
Has a sign on it. That's mine.
So go do a Facebook search for Bluebonnet Paranormal of Moody, Texas.
Uh-huh.
And I can tell you from experience, I have investigated Mother Neff State Park, an Indian cave with them, Fort Walters with them.
Yes.
It is always a blast. So
and the goat farm.
And the goat farm.
Yeah.
So in all honesty, folks, if you're looking for a fun place to investigate and you're in the Temple area or
Yeah, give us a holler.
in Moody,
Yeah.
look them up. They know all the cool spots.
We try.
Yeah, it'd be great to investigate with
We
you.
we,
Right?
we got
That'd be
invited to
fun.
go, we got invited to go to I'm not going to mention the funeral home because nobody else was allowed to go in there, but we got in there and haha. We had a lot of fun. We have a technique that we use where you call one phone with the other phone, put them both on speaker,
Mhm.
Right.
and the owner of the funeral home got to hear somebody in her daughter's office say, "What's that? Hello?" And she about freaked. I thought she was gonna drop the phone.
It's 20 miles away from Waco.
Yeah.
It's between Waco and Temple, Adam.
So Adam's from the San Antonio area, so that's
Okay.
probably why he's asking.
One red light, can't miss it.
That's funny.
So one thing I'll bring up before we get to the end officially of this episode is, Carla, remember when I first met your team at Fort Walters, Southern Fried Spirits Paranormal? And I had mentioned I was there the night before and there's no laughter when that laughter started. I was with these two people. We were literally there. And so what we're talking about, Mary Jo and Moon, is the next night after you guys were at Fort Walters with me and we were getting EVPs in the lobby with the cadences and military songs, getting cat ball responses. We go to the doll room and there's this giggle that starts going off every 12, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That we never heard the night we were there. And we could not isolate this laugh for over an hour. It would, everybody, even in a circle, nobody could ever agree where the sound was coming from.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it was a little girl named Amber.
Oh, Mary Jo, there's so
Yeah,
many ghosts.
yeah.
I don't keep
Yeah.
track of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we found a little girl in that room named Amber because that's
I
my
think
daughter's
it was
name.
because
Yeah, because I was like, oh, and I was talking to her and I was, oh, that's my daughter's name.
Yeah,
And then
that's right. We did find her that night
Yeah,
before.
yeah, uh-huh.
And
Yeah, you were with us then. It's true.
I was. And Adam,
yeah, because that's the night I had.
they're in Central Texas, so I'm not sure why everything's in North Texas either, but they're finding stuff in Central Texas
Yeah,
near
we're in
your
Central
neighborhood.
Come visit us, Adam. We'll show you around.
And
Bring
Annette
tacos.
says, time
Yes.
to check out the Panhandle. That will be interesting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Adam was with us with that. That's why he says, don't bring up that giggle.
That was crazy. That was just nuts.
Yeah, that night was interesting. Ain't that the night I took that that Luger that had the swastika on it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
Because
you
it was
did.
a German POW
Yeah.
camp or something back in the day.
And we talked to a corporal and you couldn't say corporal.
I know. I suck. That's why you don't hear me talk a lot, people, because I pronounce words.
And I was like recording it and I didn't want to correct her because I was like, okay, she's going to get mad if I correct her, but she kept saying something else. It wasn't corporal. But he was saying
Adam says for you, if I bring
Oh,
tacos,
no,
they'd be
that's not
calm
cool,
by the
Adam.
time I get there.
Not cool.
no,
Not cool, Adam. Not cool.
that's our motto. Bring tacos.
Next food. Yeah.
Every time we go have an investigation, which is why I look like this, is we have to go somewhere and eat tacos or something.
We do actually.
Yeah.
I can vouch for that. We
Yeah.
went before
Yes.
Mother Neff to that stand
Yes.
and
Yes.
had to stand there and wait for our food and wondering why people are walking up. And Moon
Yes.
and I probably looked at each other and go, "Oh, they were smart. They called ahead."
Yeah.
Right? I was
Yes.
like, man, we were hungry. Me and Mike were hungry.
I mean, truthfully, I've never been to an investigation where there was no food.
Right? That's
There's
how-
either something salty, something sweet,
well,
something.
you're sitting out there in pitch black and there's nothing
Yeah.
else to do. So
What's up, this? What's that noise? Oh, it's just me crunching. Sorry,
That's,
man.
Yeah. Another EVP down the tube because somebody had to eat that chip.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Everybody says this: you got to eat chocolate because it drains your energy. You've got to have chocolate. So yeah, that's a good excuse.
Yep.
We'd like to bring up a few of our team members though before we end, real quick.
Sure.
Go for it.
We'd like to thank Candy and Andy and Russ and Tracy,
Yeah.
and especially can't forget Kat.
Ballman's cat.
And I shout out to my friend Michelle that helped. Well,
Oh,
she's
yeah,
both our
Michelle,
friends,
yeah.
but she helps me out.
She's a medium in another state, but she helps from where she's at. Anytime we need her, she's there. So,
Very
I want to
cool.
make sure they knew we
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah.
We love
And
all y'all.
I normally don't comment about pages of other teams, but Mary Jo, I gotta say, when I was looking through the Bluebonnet page, I liked how you had little bios and snippets about your team members,
yeah.
but there were none about you two. And so I was like, why do you have everybody but you two?
Because to me, my team is everything. I mean, I wouldn't do nothing without my team. They're the talent.
Mhm.
Somebody asked me one time, "What's your most important tool?" And I said, "My team, the members."
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That is very
Without a doubt.
true.
That is a fact.
But you guys are important too. So I suggest
thank you.
putting a little something up there so people, when they come there, they know who you are.
By the time we're done, they know. I've got all these. They're always like, "We're going to add you to Facebook." Okay, so I've got all these. I don't know who the hell they are, but it's clients, past clients, over the years, basically. So
Yeah.
they're cool.
Well, hopefully when we get down to your neck of the woods, we can look you up and let you know
Oh,
where
I'd
we're
love
going to
that.
be. And
We love
Yeah.
that. We
that
love
would be fun.
Yeah,
Sounds
I'm
good.
down. Yeah,
I
anybody.
can see it now. We'll have a Southern Fried Spirits Paranormal meets Bluebonnet Paranormal of Moody.
Doesn't get any more Texas than that, does it?
That's right. Absolutely. Exactly.
We'll have to get really long shirts for these. We'll have to make blankets instead.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yep.
I agree, Annette. Road trip.
Yes. We're
All
gonna
right,
do.
well-
There's a place called and I think Adam might know about this place. It's Dead Man's Hole, and it's by Marble Falls. Got to go there. We'll take you down there, Michael, if you want to go.
Yeah.
And it's where they would take people and they were going to hang them. They would just cut the rope and let them fall into the hole, and the hole's still there.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
That sounds
Cool.
pretty cool.
yeah, it is. It's cool. It's very creepy.
So you're out
Yeah,
there in the middle of nowhere and there's
excited about
somebody on
that.
the phone.
It'd be nice to go down there and spend maybe even if it's just I don't know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday or something, and hit a bunch of
Hit
different.
them all. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that would
Absolutely.
be great.
Yeah.
So Adam's asking if it's covered, ain't it now?
Yes.
It is. It is. But you can still. I mean, it's like 2 feet down, maybe into the hole where the cover is. Opening there that like
You can see.
you can see into it and stuff. But yeah, they don't want to be going down into it. So,
Right.
they won't have to worry about me going there.
Yeah, because we put
They
a
don't.
game
They don't
camera-
want anybody unintentionally that they're not hanging to
Right.
end up in there and stuck.
Yeah.
We had a lamp hanging up, and there was no wind, but that lamp kept swaying, by itself. And I was like, okay, that's creepy, Gotta come.
Mhm.
Gotta come down and go with us.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah.
I think Mike would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Mike still
Oh,
is
yeah.
for the Goatman Bridge.
Hey, I got a lot of people ask me about Goatman's Bridge and
Yeah.
just waiting for the weather to cooperate.
Well, we have a bridge here too that is Maxdale, and we've got some really interesting stuff off of there. Like, got a EVP, and I found that too. And it's because it's rumored that there was a lot of gold found there and hidden. And I got an EVP, and a guy says, "Too much gold." I'm like, oh,
Never too much.
never mind this. I'm gonna get my metal detector.
Yeah,
You can't no more. You gave it to Andy.
we'll help you out with that.
Sorry, Andy. You don't get it back till after we're done.
I have a little like a Furby that when you touch him, he rocks his head and makes that creepy note, like woo, you know. The dead kids. There was supposedly a busload of kids went off that bridge. Well, these little girls come on there and they're like, kitty. They thought it was a cat. I guess they died before Furbies. Yeah.
It was Gizmo.
Yeah, Gizmo. Yeah, Gizmo. Yeah.
From Gremlins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even funnier.
yeah. And they thought it was a kitty.
And it moves, right? It wiggles,
yeah, it wiggles.
right?
It does its head back and forth.
And it makes some
Just
weird
don't
noise.
get it wet.
Yeah. Maybe they have a bunch of them then.
Then everybody could have their own little gizmo that use for a ghost.
There you go.
No.
I always thought of the movie Gremlins. That was the funniest thing, where the 2 rules to raising this little fur ball was don't feed it after midnight and don't get it wet.
Right.
And I was like, those seem pretty easy. But when you watch the movie, it's like, no. Nobody was able to figure those 2 rules out.
Right.
It's like you had one job.
Yeah.
I know.
Everybody else right there.
Darn it.
All right. Well, I want to thank you both for coming on. And
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
It was a lot of fun.
it was. And I am so happy we're getting to promote a local team, or 2, actually.
Yeah, 2 of us. Yeah.
We get one, you get the other.
And
so.
Light Paranormal works with us also, so
Yes.
we'll throw that in there for him.
Yeah.
That was
Andy's-
Andy runs it now, but it was Will's.
Oh, thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
What Adam said.
So,
He's looking down.
oh, he said, great show, y'all.
Thanks, Adam.
So what's next for Bluebonnet and Barc at the Moon?
Freestyling. No.
We're still going to still keep helping Fort Hood more than anything, but anybody else comes along needs us, we will help them. But
All right.
Fort Hood keeps us pretty busy.
So just remember, if you're in the Moody, Temple, Waco area, look up on Facebook their page, Bluebonnet Paranormal of Moody, Texas, and you send them a message, and I guarantee you they will respond when they see it.
Absolutely.
And don't forget about Barc at the Moon.
Yep. Absolutely.
You get one, you get the other.
Twofer.
Yeah, it's a 2-for-1 special investigation.
Yeah. She's the talent. I'm just along for the ride.
No. You keep me in line, Mary.
So Justin said he had fun at the bookseller, and
yes,
I think I'm one of the only few people who actually knows what that means.
Yeah, we do that too. We do the bookseller.
Justin's wanting to know if you have any events coming up.
Maybe a paranormal hayride in, what are we thinking? Before October, right?
Yeah, we start back up. We usually do most of our like fundraising type stuff, like starts in mid-August, do all the cool months, and that's where we'll have all the hay rides. And we're going to do a night hike. It's a lot of fun through the park where we took you, Michael. We did that at night with flashlights. It's so much fun because it's spooky.
Yep, ghost hike.
All kinds of spooky.
But Mary Jo, I gotta say, I love the fact you consider August one of the cool months.
Yeah, well, it starts in mid-August and goes on down. Yeah. Cool for us, I guess. Maybe I meant not cool, but cool.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Like,
not temperature.
Flunsy type.
Yay.
all right, so we're gonna say goodnight to you guys.
All right.
And we're gonna start closing up our show because we're running almost an hour and 20 minutes. So
Well, it was fun.
Happy ghost
It
hiking.
was
Fun. You
Bye.
too. We'll be in touch.
All right.
yes.
I'll let you later.
Have a good night.
Thank you. You
Night,
too.
night.
Okay,
All
bye.
right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right.
That was a good show.
That was. And so what do we have next week?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
For
I didn't
people
bring
to-
this. I didn't bring the schedule in this time.
Oh, I'm in July because I was working on something else. Oh, our friend Catherine Sorlos is back on the show.
Excellent.
So that'll be a lot of fun catching up with her and seeing
Yep.
what she's up to.
What she's been up to since the last time.
Yeah, and the fun thing is she was on our other show, so this will be actually her first time on our rebranded show.
Oh, nice. So really, it's like a first time.
Yeah, we'll call it her first repeat.
Oh. All
All
righty.
right. So, Carla, you rarely get to do this, and I feel like you put so much into these episodes as much as I do. I'm going to let you close this one out.
Thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll see y'all next week. Have a good night. Happy hunting.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.